So that was Pika Pika Legend of the Night. Today I'm going to be showing how to use Miku Miku Dance to make videos like such. So first you're going to at least need the original Miku Miku Dance and Miku Miku Dance version 7.39. These programs are going to need to be put into your, well, main. For me it's the C drive, and everything else that goes with the program you can put in a different drive. I use the D drive for that. So you can make a shortcut of it and put it up here. With the original program, this is what it will look like. You can't load motions with it, but you can make your own motions, moving bones and such. All you have to do is click the select in the bone manipulation. Then you can either move the bones you select with the rotate, or move, as some will be, feet and toes. You can use the rotate button to move the bones like such, or if you'd rather, you can use the little direction things on the side. When you have the pose that you want, just register to the frame and just keep on doing so on different frames. Like the first frame, frame 0. Go to another one, like frame 10, register that one. And just continue like that. When you got what you want, just play. You can repeat it if you wish, but there's no real point to that. The original program isn't as great because you only get to use Miku Hatsune. Turn the camera by just right-clicking on the mouse and moving whichever direction. If you want to use any other models, you can get version 5.24, or preferably version 7.39. Version 5 isn't needed since version 7 allows you to do all the same things and better. The original program is needed for any of it to work. So you go into the you want. I'm going into version 7 now. And there are two different ways that I know of for loading models or anything. You can go for the little load button down below what model manipulation. You click load, and the program comes with a few models: Haku Yomane, Kaito, Lenkagamine, Maiko, Miku Hatsune, 3 different versions of her, etc. I'll just load up the best version of Miku Hatsune Metal. You can see all the bones. And it is clear that she is much better looking than the original version for the first program. So to start things off, I've already shown you how to move bones and register. It works the same way in this program. The only difference is you can use different models or even more than one model. That was horrible.
That's better.
Now, that is the new Akita. I made Vocaloid. Need to, so we'll just stick with Mika for now. So, if you download Emotion, which I can show some other time, just go into wherever you have the motions. Oddly enough, I keep all my stuff in version 5, even though I use version 7. So, you find a motion that you like. You could either save a motion into the load motion data of the program, or you can do what I do and put it into a separate file. Since I've shown Pico Pico Legend of the Night before, I think I'll use that one. I have a couple different places to keep my storage. Excuse me, please stop talking. Okay, so Pico Pico Night has 3 different versions. There's 0.3 is for really small models like Nendoroid models. 0.5 is for models around the size of Chibi. Chibi, if you know what that is. And Base Motion or Complete, either one of those will cover for full-size models. I'll just use Complete. Oops, I forgot, you got to select the model. After you have, then you can drag it over and load it. If not, you can go into the load section that I showed for Motion and just double click it, or click open. So, first you have the motion. There's no sound right now because I haven't loaded the wave for it yet. Now, if you're like me and really hate the black lines around her, just View up at the top and scroll down to Thickness of Edgeline, click that, and drag it down to 0. Then, as you can see, she looks a lot more smooth. Also, if you really hate using different stages and the shadow continues to stay that light color, then just go to ground shadow color, bring that to 0. View is where most of these things can be done. If you don't like the grid, just unclick Display Coordinate Grid. And if you'd like to see the time in your video taking up, click Information Display. That just shows how many frames are going per second. And when you play it, up here it shows the number of frames passing and the time taken up. This is great to know the calculation of how long your video is. Next, we'll load up the wave. If you already put it into the program, it should be here in Load Wave File. As you can see, I've already done that. So you just open that up or double click it, whichever way you prefer. When we play it again, music plays. Now this motion doesn't come with a camera, so I made one on my own. I put that here in load motion data, and it's right here, Pico Pico Legend of the Night. It's the same camera seen in my video I showed at the beginning. Yes, technically you just heard Miku singing with Pico's voice. Now for stages. The program automatically comes with a stage, full stage. Just go into accessories as I just shown, and I'll just double click for this one. It works the same way as clicking open. And this is what appears. If you have version 7, which is needed, you can, for this specific thing, you can use background screens. Version 5 won't allow that, which is why I still suggest have the original program and the latest program. Go into background up at the top, and click any one of these two here, but this will leave it blank. But ones with M or N is fine. And there you have it. Now, depending on what you want your background, you can just click up here to make it black, or even B on your keyboard. Or if you want a different background, you can either to here, but I don't bother with that. This is another thing I put in a separate file. Just go to wherever you have your background, and my suggestion to you is, if you make this into a video for YouTube, you have to put a white background file there, no matter what, even if it already is white, because if you want white, converting it for YouTube use will change it to black. So you just drag it over. You see no difference, but when you file, you'll see the huge difference. So you just change it to any color you want, as long as you use something simple like paint to create it. Any picture at all can be used for a background. Seriously, anything.